Hey, what's up? My name is Daniela and today I'm going to do the lowest rated books on my TBR video. So I think I first saw this idea on Books and Lala's channel, and I don't want to spoil myself, but I'll skim through some Goodreads reviews and I will try to figure out why people didn't like a certain book. Number 10 is The Ponderous by Meg Howry with a rating 3.55. This is a sci-fi book that takes place on Mars, and apparently people didn't like it because it was boring and the characters were one-dimensional. And yeah, this doesn't sound good. I mean, I loved The Martian by Andy Weir, but that doesn't mean I will automatically like everything that takes place on Mars. So this might be a candidate for removing from my TBR. Number 9 is Landline by Rainbow Rowell with the same rating of 3.55. This is an adult contemporary which deals with some marital problems, and apparently there are some magical elements. People said in their reviews that the characters were unlikable and that the story was extremely predictable. Well, it doesn't bother me when contemporary stories are predictable, but I am a character-driven reader, so annoying characters might be a problem. I know this book isn't very loved, but I want to read other books by Rainbow Rowell, like Fangirl or Carry On, so for now I think I'm going to keep this on my TBR. Number 8 is Pride and Prescience by Carrie Beveris with a rating of 3.54. As the title suggests, this is a Pride and Prejudice retelling in which we follow newlyweds Elizabeth and Darcy. And to be honest, I'm not surprised that a Pride and Prejudice retelling is on this list because there are so many of them and it's so easy to mess it up and make readers annoyed. The reviewers said that there were some supernatural elements that felt ridiculous and a lot of them weren't satisfied with the characterization. And I might remove this from my TBR because a bad Pride and Prejudice retelling is like the last thing I want to read, because Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite books, so I really don't want people to mess it up. I think I prefer when the story is more of a loose reimagination of the original story. Like, I'm really interested in reading Pride by Ibiza Boy, but this one, not so much. Number 7 is The Takedown by Cory Wong, which also has a rating of 3.54. This is a young adult book about a girl who is really successful in high school, but then someone uploads a video on the internet that compromises her and she is trying to take it down. This received some hype on BookTube at one point when several booktubers received the book and talked about it, but nobody has been really talking about it since then. On Goodreads, someone actually shelved it as annoying characters, which is kind of funny, but other people said that they couldn't get into it and that they didn't like the writing. And I really like reading about technology and internet and stuff like that, but I don't like reading about high school drama, so maybe I could find a book with similar themes, but that doesn't take place in high school. Number 6 is The Secrets You Keep by Kate White with a rating of 3.46. I have no idea why this book is on my TBR, but it's a psychological thriller about a writer of self-help books, and her husband might have some secrets and her life gets out of control. It sounds pretty good, but apparently a lot of people found this boring and not that thrilling at all. Also, someone wrote a one-sentence review with a spoiler in it, so thanks a lot, Brian, and I think this is off my TBR. Number 5 is Look Who's Back by Timur Vermes with a rating of 3.44. The premise of this book is that Hitler wakes up in the 21st century, and it's supposed to be a satire and commentary on today's society, technology and stuff like that. Obviously, it's a controversial idea to revive someone like Hitler in a book as a character, and some people find it offensive and they automatically rated it a 1 star. And some people complained that it was repetitive and that they didn't like the ending. I'm not sure if I'm interested in this one, so I might take it off my TBR. Number 4 is The Circle by Dave Eggers with a rating of 3.44. This is a dystopian book about the internet, which means I'm automatically intrigued. But apparently a lot of people didn't like the writing and the characters, and someone even mentioned that it was obvious that the main female character was written by a man, which is like, oh no. But there are also quite a few positive reviews by people I follow, and I'm still intrigued by this book, so I still want to read it. Number 3 is Thinking About It Only Makes It Worse and Other Lessons from Modern Life by David Mitchell with a rating of 3.39. This is a collection of newspaper columns written by a comedian, I don't know, and I'm not sure why this is on my TBR. Maybe I was intrigued by the title. Basically, the main complaint people have is that it isn't that funny and that it gets repetitive, and also there is a lot of British politics. So I might move this to my lower priority TBR, which is called To Read Maybe. Number 2 is Jane Unlimited by Kristen Gashore with a rating of 3.36. This is a young adult fantasy and I'm quite surprised to see this on this list because I've heard great things about it. People mentioned in their reviews that they couldn't get into it and that it was too weird. And this actually makes me want to read it even more, so I definitely want to give this book a try. And the lowest rated book on my TBR is How to Be Good by Nick Hornby with a rating of 3.18. I've already read 3 Nick Hornby's books and I rated them all 4 stars, so they tend to be enjoyable for me. This one is about an unhappy marriage where the husband is apparently unbearable, then the wife cheats on him and then the husband tries to become a good person. It sounds pretty messy. People who rated this low really didn't enjoy the story and the characters, and some of them probably didn't click with Hornby's style in general, and this isn't that off-putting for me, but I think I might have grown out of his books, which sounds weird because his books are mainly about middle-aged characters. I'm just not that interested in reading more of his books right now, so this might go to my lower priority TBR as well. Okay, so this is all for my lowest rated books on my TBR. Definitely let me know if you read any of these and if I should keep it on my TBR or remove them from my TBR. Like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel to see more. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!